Good day, everybody. My name's Caesar. I was a guest with Tom with the Model Rail Radio just last weekend. We were discussing a possibility of using a monitor as a background and layout to give it some dimensionality and possibly even give it a three-dimensional effect. Anyhow, this is my first attempt in order to see how these things go. In front of me, you have a 55-inch LCD monitor. I also built a very small, very generic layout. You can see just a little bit of track and a couple of vehicles and some buildings. Anyhow, the first thing that you have to be able to do is you be able to have a big enough monitor in order to give the effect that you want to do. In this case, I do have a couple of 55-inch TVs. This is an extra one that I have. You may not have extra ones laying around, so maybe a projector might be able to do for you. But I think the most important thing to do is you got to give it an illusion that it's part of the scene itself. So you have to be able to focus the camera in a certain way in order to give it that three-dimensional look. As you see on the sides, the black background that you have, you want to be able to keep that out of the main focus. So as you go in, the screen starts filling up to a point where you don't see the blackness on the sides. At the same time, you also want to be able to focus on your models down here. The lighting is also a little bit important. You don't want to have too much light in front of the LCD screen because it's going to give you some glare. The next thing you do is you power up your simulator. In this case, I use Train Simulator 2014. When you power up the Train Simulator 2014, it's not going to give you a side view or the view that you want to do. So in this case, let me show you a couple of different ways you could take a look at it. The first one's a cab, which really does not do anything for you. The second one is an external look. The third is all the way to the back, but what we would like to do is we would like to go to the front first. We want to be in a free mode, in which you are able to move around the screen as you want. You want to be able to move the screen until you are able to get that ratio so the cars and the background look a little bit to the same size that you may have. That's a little bit too big. As you go back, you start seeing that it starts kind of going into that mode right there, just about right there. You see, now it kind of looks like it's part of the background. So when you start moving the train, it kind of gives that little effect that something's moving in the background. At the same time, you can power up your models and run them and see how it looks. There you go. I have a small constant running through. You see, it gives kind of that illusion that in the background you have something moving. It's not perfect, but at least it gives an insight. So that's the front side. Another advantage that you could do, you could also do it on the sides. You can move your camera to a corner, and now you focus into the area so that the whole entire background kind of fills in. There you go. You have another way to do it. Power up your model, and there you go. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll give you guys more tips as my project goes on.